Starseed from Gaia, the source says, wait a little longer, because a surprise is waiting for you, and it is connected to your face. I am Ophelia, emissary of the Galactic Federation, and this message arrives before a change becomes visible to everyone around you. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to interpret Arcturian downloads and recognize the sign appearing through your appearance, presence, and reflected identity. But here's the first revelation. Your face is not only being seen differently, it is beginning to reveal the person you are becoming. You didn't find this message by mistake. Your soul called this in, and the Arcturian Council is reminding you not to rush what the source is preparing. Like this transmission to signal to your star family, I'm ready. Comment 999 if your cosmic remembrance is returning. This isn't just a message. It's a point of reconnection. You are not here by accident, and if you feel something stirring beneath the surface of this message, don't dismiss it as coincidence. The Arcturian Carrier Wave Protocol, 7 guided nights to cross the whisper threshold, is available for the next stage of this remembrance. It is an easy-to-follow guided experience designed to help you work with subtle perception, energetic alignment, multidimensional awareness, and the quiet signals your higher self has been sending. If your inner knowing is drawing you toward it, you'll find the link in the first pinned comment for a limited time. Now, remain present, because the message about your face is not as simple as someone noticing that you look different. Your face is the first field through which the world receives your energy. Before you speak, before you explain your history, before anyone knows what you have survived, your face is already communicating the frequency you carry. It reflects the relationship you have with your own identity, the memories you have accepted, the truths you have suppressed, and the version of yourself that is preparing to emerge. Like the surface of still water, it may reveal what moves beneath you long before your conscious mind has found words for it. This is why the waiting has felt so personal. You may have expected a visible change to arrive suddenly, as though one morning you would look into the mirror and instantly recognize a completely transformed version of yourself. But higher frequency transformation rarely begins with the outer image. It begins with a quiet rearrangement within your perception. Your eyes begin to hold a different stillness. Your expression becomes less available to fear. The tension that once lived around your mouth, your brow, or your jaw starts to loosen, because the identity that created it is no longer controlling your field. The change may begin like dawn beneath a closed door, almost invisible at first, yet impossible to stop once the light has entered. There were moments when you looked at yourself and felt strangely disconnected, as if the reflection belonged to the life you were living, but not to the being you knew yourself to be. You may have wondered why your face looked tired even after rest, why your eyes seemed distant, or why photographs sometimes captured a version of you that felt unfamiliar. This does not mean something is wrong with you. It may mean that your outer image has been carrying an outdated timeline, while your deeper consciousness has already moved beyond it. The mirror was not failing to show you. It was showing you the residue of a chapter your spirit had already begun to leave. Many starseeds experience this tension between the face they present and the presence they feel inside. Earth identity asks you to be recognizable, consistent, explainable. Your soul, however, is not always interested in remaining recognizable to the version of reality you are leaving behind. When your frequency changes, the face becomes a meeting point between the old identity and the emerging one. The surprise waiting for you may involve someone seeing you differently, responding to you differently, or reflecting back a quality you have not yet fully recognized in yourself. It may be the calmness others notice before you understand that calmness has become part of your nature. The distortion that keeps many people disconnected is the belief that transformation must be dramatic in order to be real. You may be waiting for proof that cannot be missed, while overlooking the small evidence already appearing in your field. The way you no longer react to certain conversations. The way you can feel dishonesty before it is spoken. The way your eyes search for meaning beneath appearances. The way people pause when they look at you as if something in your presence has become more difficult to ignore. These are not empty details. They are signs that your internal signal is becoming clearer. In the language of Scripture, by their fruits you shall know them. And one of the first fruits of awakening is not spectacle, but coherence. Your face has also been shaped by the emotional roles you were required to play. Perhaps you learned to look agreeable when you were overwhelmed, calm when you were afraid, strong when you needed support, and unaffected when you were absorbing the emotions of everyone around you. Over time, the face becomes a kind of energetic mask. It protects the sensitive being beneath it, but it also conceals the light that is meant to move through you. The next stage of your awakening is not about creating a new mask that looks more spiritual. It is about releasing the expressions that were designed only to help you survive. You do not have to keep wearing the face of the person who endured what your present self has already outgrown. This is where the first shift begins. You recognize that disconnection was not proof of failure. It was a signal that your outer identity could no longer contain your inner expansion. You were not becoming lost. You were becoming too large for the story that had once defined you. The confusion, the isolation, the pauses, and the strange feeling that something was approaching were all indicators that your energy field was recalibrating before your circumstances could reveal the result. A seed beneath the soil may appear to be doing nothing, yet beneath the darkness, its entire structure is changing. Your stillness has not been emptiness. It has been preparation. The second shift is understanding that your reflection is not a verdict. It is a temporary surface expression of a much deeper frequency. You may have judged your face through the eyes of old pain. You may have searched for flaws because criticism felt safer than being fully seen. You may have compared yourself to images created by other people's expectations and then wondered why your own light seemed absent. But your face was never meant to satisfy a program designed by a disconnected world. It was meant to carry your presence. No mirror can measure the mercy in your gaze, the wisdom earned through difficulty, or the invisible courage it took to remain tender after disappointment. When the emotional body begins to clear, the face often changes in subtle but unmistakable ways, not because you are forcing an appearance, but because the energy that once contracted your features is no longer receiving the same permission. A person who has spent years bracing for rejection may begin to soften. A person who has hidden their sensitivity may develop a directness in the eyes. A person who has been performing certainty may finally allow their expression to become honest. These changes are not merely cosmetic. They are the visible result of consciousness returning to the body. The face becomes less like armor and more like a window, allowing the inner flame to be seen without needing to announce itself. Your eyes are especially important in this activation. They carry the record of what you have witnessed, but they also carry the gateway through which your higher awareness observes the world. You may notice that your gaze is becoming more penetrating, more compassionate, or more difficult to manipulate. You may find that people reveal themselves around you without knowing why. This is because your field is no longer participating in the same patterns of concealment. You are not exposing others. You are simply becoming less willing to abandon your own perception. The clearer your inner sight becomes, the less energy you spend pretending not to notice what your spirit has already shown you. The third shift is the awakening of your authentic expression. There is a version of you that does not need to be constantly understood. It does not need to explain why silence restores you, why certain spaces drain you, or why your path has never looked ordinary. This version of you is not cold or distant. It is centered. It knows that the most powerful communication is sometimes the absence of performance. Like a deep river, it does not need to make noise to prove that it is moving. You are learning to let your face tell the truth without using it to seek permission. When joy arrives, you no longer immediately question whether it is safe. When sadness moves through you, you no longer treat it as evidence that you are going backward. When intensity rises in your eyes, you do not rush to make yourself smaller so that others can remain comfortable. Your expression becomes a living agreement between your inner world and your outer presence. This is the meaning of wholeness. Not that every emotion is pleasant, but that no honest emotion must be exiled in order for you to belong. The fourth shift is the release of inherited appearances. Your family, culture, relationships, and past environments may have given you unspoken instructions about how to look in order to belong. Smile more. Show less. Don't appear too confident. Don't appear too unusual. Don't let anyone see how deeply you feel. Don't allow your gaze to reveal that you know something they have not said. These instructions can become energetic imprints, and they may remain active long after you have physically left the people or places that created them. Sometimes the body continues obeying an old command even after the original authority is gone. But your star lineage does not require you to appear familiar to every environment. The Arcturian current is often associated with precision, clarity, and the restoration of original patterns. As this current moves through your awareness, it begins to separate what is truly yours from what was installed through repetition. You may feel a growing desire to change your hair, your clothing, your posture, or the way you present yourself. Let this be conscious rather than impulsive. Ask whether the change is an expression of freedom or another attempt to become acceptable. Your face does not need to be redesigned to become powerful. It needs to be inhabited. There is a difference between decorating the doorway and finally entering the room. The fifth shift is realizing that the surprise may arrive through another person's recognition. Someone may tell you that you look different. They may say that your eyes have changed, that you seem more peaceful, more intense, more distant from the old version of yourself. Someone who has not spoken openly may suddenly approach you. Someone may reveal that they have noticed your transformation for longer than you realize. A connection may return, not to pull you backward, but to show you how completely you have changed. Their words may be ordinary, yet they may land with the force of confirmation, because they touch something you have been quietly sensing. Do not assume every returning person is part of your future. Some are mirrors. Some are confirmations. Some are confirmations. Some are final witnesses to the identity you are releasing. The important thing is not who looks at you, but who you become when you are seen. If you no longer abandon your truth to maintain someone else's image of you, then the activation is already working. If you can hear praise without becoming dependent on it, and criticism without allowing it to define you, then your center has moved from the outside world back into your own soul. The sixth shift is allowing your face to become a beacon without turning it into a performance. You are not here to convince people that you are awakened. You are not here to create an expression that looks mysterious, powerful, or otherworldly. Your frequency is most effective when it is natural. The people who are meant to recognize your signal will not need theatrics. They will feel the difference in your presence. They may not have language for it, but something in them will become quieter, safer, or more truthful around you. A lamp does not argue with the darkness. It simply remains lit. This is why you have sometimes felt watched, misunderstood, or unusually visible. Your sensitivity has been interpreting attention as danger because, in the past, being noticed may have led to judgment, projection, or rejection. But visibility and vulnerability are not the same. You can be seen without being possessed. You can be recognized without being defined. You can allow your light to move through your face without handing your identity to the person observing it. Healthy boundaries are not a rejection of love. They are the vessel that allows love to remain clear. The seventh shift is the return of your original countenance, not a fixed appearance from another world, but the energetic quality that existed before fear taught you to conceal yourself. Your original countenance is the expression of a being who remembers its connection to intelligence beyond the immediate moment. It is calm without being passive, discerning without being harsh, open without being unprotected. It does not need to chase attention because it is no longer separated from its own source of validation. It is the face of someone who has stopped asking the world to grant permission for what the soul already knows. You may begin to notice this in quiet moments. Look at yourself without searching for what needs correction. Let your eyes meet your own eyes. Breathe slowly and allow the face to soften. Notice the impulse to judge, adjust, compare, or criticize. Then let that impulse pass without obeying it. Beneath the layers of habit, there is a presence that has been waiting for you to stop looking at yourself as a problem to solve. You may even place your hand over your heart and remember that the person in the mirror has carried you through every night you thought you would not survive. Your face can become a threshold, not because it grants access to some external power, but because the way you see yourself determines which aspects of your consciousness you are willing to embody. If you look at yourself through shame, you will keep negotiating with old timelines. If you look at yourself through fear, you will continue performing identities that have already expired. But when you look with recognition, the body receives a new instruction. I am safe enough to be present. I am allowed to be visible. I do not need to hide the evidence of my becoming. In that moment, the mirror ceases to be an instrument of judgment and becomes a place of return. There may also be a physical release connected to this message. Tension around the jaw, pressure behind the eyes, heaviness in the forehead, tightness in the throat, or fatigue in the muscles of expression may be connected to years of holding back words, emotions, and perception. Treat your body with care. Rest. Hydrate. Seek appropriate professional support for persistent or concerning symptoms. Spiritual awareness does not require you to ignore the physical body. Your body is part of the multidimensional process, and honoring it is one of the clearest forms of alignment. Even the simplest acts of care can become sacred when they tell your nervous system that it no longer has to remain on alert. The waiting has been protecting the timing of your recognition. If the surprise had arrived before you were ready, you might have given its meaning away. You might have believed that the change belonged to the person who noticed you, the opportunity that appeared, or the external confirmation that temporarily made you feel valuable. But now, you are learning to receive recognition without depending on it. You are learning to let the mirror reflect you without allowing the mirror to decide who you are. The blessing is not only in being noticed, it is in remaining yourself after you are noticed. Here is the deeper truth your higher self has been bringing you toward. You were never waiting for your face to become worthy of being seen. You were waiting to see it without the distortion of the old identity. The surprise is not necessarily a stranger appearing with an answer or a sudden transformation that makes every insecurity disappear. The surprise may be the moment you realize that your own expression has been changing for months. The surprise may be hearing your name spoken by someone from the past and feeling no need to return to the person you were when they knew you. The surprise may be looking into the mirror and discovering not perfection, but presence. You are not being asked to reject your human face. You are being invited to let your greater consciousness inhabit it. Your eyes can carry both ancient memory and present tenderness. Your features can hold the evidence of Earth experience without being imprisoned by it. Your face can reveal that you have been through the fire of transformation and still chosen to remain open. Scars, lines, fatigue, and softness do not disqualify you from radiance. They are part of the history through which your radiance became deep enough to guide others. There's a reason this message reached you now. Your field has crossed a quiet threshold. The old signals are weakening. The need to be approved by those who could not perceive you is dissolving. The effort required to maintain a false expression is becoming too exhausting to continue. This is not punishment. It is liberation through honesty. What once felt like exposure may soon feel like relief, because you will no longer have to divide yourself between what you know inwardly and what you allow the world to see. Tonight, or whenever you next stand before a mirror, do not ask, "Do I look different?" Ask, "What part of me is ready to be seen?" Place your attention gently behind your eyes. Feel the breath move through your body. Say, either aloud or silently, "I allow my true presence to return to my expression. I release the faces I created for survival. I let recognition begin within me." Then remain still. You may not receive a vision. You may not feel an immediate surge of energy. The activation may be subtle, a longer breath, a softened jaw, a quiet warmth in the chest, or the simple realization that you no longer need to fight your own reflection. Let the smallness of the moment be enough. Sacred changes often begin without witnesses. This is how the timeline changes. Not through force, but through the repeated choice to stop betraying what you know. Each time you allow your real emotion to move without shame, you clear the field. Each time you refuse to perform a false version of yourself, you restore a strand of your original blueprint. Each time you meet another person's gaze without shrinking or hardening, you anchor a more coherent reality. As Proverbs reminds us, keep thy heart with all diligence, because from it flow the issues of life. The face follows the heart that you are finally willing to protect. And if someone notices your face changing, receive their words with openness, but do not hand them the authority to confirm your awakening. Let their observation be a gentle echo of what you already know. You are becoming more visible to yourself. That is the change that cannot be taken away. External beauty may be praised one day and overlooked the next, but self-recognition becomes a quiet sanctuary no one else can enter and no one else can remove. The beings and intelligences aligned with your highest path are not asking you to escape your human experience. They are guiding you into a deeper embodiment of it. They are reminding you that your mission will not always announce itself through dramatic events. Sometimes it begins with the way you look at a frightened person. Sometimes it begins with the qualm you carry into a room. Sometimes it begins with the moment your face stops reflecting the world's rejection and starts reflecting your own remembrance. Your light may be transmitted through a compassionate glance, a patient pause, or the courage to remain kind without becoming unprotected. You have spent enough time waiting for permission to become recognizable to yourself. The pause is ending because the separation is ending. What is coming toward you is not only an external surprise, it is the meeting between the person others have been seeing and the being you are finally ready to acknowledge. The face in the mirror is not the present of your past. It is the doorway through which your present consciousness enters the world. Every time you meet it with compassion, the doorway opens a little wider. You are not being made into someone else. You are being released from the expressions that hid who you were. You are not losing your identity. You are recovering the living intelligence beneath it. You are not late. You are not overlooked. You are in the exact interval where inner recognition becomes strong enough to hold outer change. What is emerging does not need to be rushed. It needs to be trusted, grounded, and allowed to become real through your choices. Let the surprise arrive in its correct form. Let it come through a message, a conversation, a reflection, a new sense of peace, or an undeniable moment in which you see yourself and do not turn away. When it comes, do not rush past it. Stay with it. Allow your nervous system to understand that being visible no longer means being unsafe. Allow your energy field to accept that your beauty is not something you must earn through comparison. Allow your higher self to move through your expression with simplicity. The deepest transformation may be the absence of the old urgency, the realization that you can receive what is meant for you without chasing it. The waiting was not empty. It was preparing the mirror. And now, as you return to your own face with less judgment and more remembrance, the hidden surprise begins to reveal itself. You have been changing all along. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of what's forming here. Drop one intention in the comments, something real, then respond to someone else's with encouragement or energy. This isn't content, it's collective alignment. Energy multiplies when intention connects. If something in this message resonated, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation. Share it. And if you felt a soul nudge, subscribe. Stay in the flow. You're not just watching, you're expanding. This is your space, and we're just getting started.